these. Thanks for that, Yusuf. I appreciate that. Probably should have tested that first, actually. Thank you for that. So, as you can see now, I've made these little things. The elevation needs to change on a lot of them though, so we have some variance. So this is a part of a challenge, Yusuf, that we're doing. Second week now. Well, I think I missed a week, but that's fine. We gave ourselves a starter object and we have an hour to make something out of it. So it's completely open to interpretation what these actually are. Now these could be satellites, or they could be like little spaceships. Could be anyone, right? Could be either of them. Appreciate that, Yusuf. So this is the idea I'm going for. Last week last time we did this, I should say, we had icosphere, and I kind of made what I want to do, zoom in. I kind of made something that maintained the icosphere structure, like the circular sphere structure. So I got sphere this time, but I didn't want to make something. Obviously, I've made something like sphere shape, but I wanted to focus more on like the environment around it. So I decided to make like a planet looking thing. So we'll go. This is gonna be glow. Oh, it's gonna be glow, right? And then this and this is gonna be. If you watch my latest shot, you know how to put multiple materials on one object. And it's going to be glow. The glow, we're going to make a emission shader. We're going to take out the principle. We're going to go emission shader. We're going to make it orange. Let's scale up to 12. So now, if I can even find the one I did, it's behind there. So we select everything apart from this and the camera, and then the one we did. So the one we did, Control L, materials, link to data, and it should, made all of them that same color. Whoosh. Where is it? Where's the one we did? This one we did? Alright, let's have another go. I'm making these. Oh, don't delete that. We need that. So here he is, the old boy. And what we want to do is, instead, let's make a... I want to make more of it metal than it currently is. In fact, I actually want this whole section to be metal. Metal. Let's bring this in to So let's make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's make 9. The front view. Whoops. There you go. The timer disappeared. Okay. Okay. Right, then what we're going to do is Control C, Control V. But this one, on the glow, with this, we're going to call it blue glow. Change the color to blue. Change this to metal. And then in the top view, I'm going to take this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Front view, scan down, different lengths. There, there. These two are gonna have a crash, looks like. Like this. Like another one. Thinking purple this time. So take this. I'll see Control V it. Down. This is gonna be blue glow 2. We'll call it purple glow. Make this back into metal. Change the purple glow to, as I said, purple. Top view. Take this, then shift it all around in the gaps. This, this, this. Where the, I don't even know where it's gone. There it is. This. Don't actually know how many I've done. Kind of forgotten. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a bit of a guess. So start filling them out in different areas. There's not so many populated in one area. In reality, what the camera sees is the most important viewpoint. They're like stars, or are they satellites? Who knows, eh? Okay, save that. Now, this is kind of cheating, but who cares? Not me. Gonna copy and paste the lighting setup that I have in this. I'll show you what it is though, at least for educational purposes. So, camera light. So what it is it's a mix of emission and transparency. I got this from a YouTube video. Mix of emission and transparent shader plus a gradient texture, and then made into a 360 light with one on the top to light a like 360 scene. I think the video was on a car. The example that they used was on a car. me, I'm going to do this like this. Then I'm going to move the light down. And instead, we have something like this. So I really get them cool textures of the moon slash whatever this is. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a emission hair. So this is what I'm going to do. This is going to apply particles to our planet. And what I want to do is I want to apply some lights and things and some textures. And I'm not sure what yet, but I want to apply something to our planet to make it look like it's got life on it. You know, buildings, very large buildings you can see from out here. Maybe just lights. Maybe it's dark. You know, maybe it's maybe there's no sun on this around this planet, so it's extremely cold. It's alien planet maybe, or maybe it's human planet. Who knows? I'm still trying to figure out the story behind it. Okay, so what we can do. I think what I like to do is planet lights is make a really doesn't matter, I guess, because of how small it's going to end up being. A really tiny UV sphere. Go on to our particle settings. Go on viewport display. No, not display. Render as object. Instant object is here, which is our lights on planet. Go back on this. Go down to lights on planet. And instead now what this will do is, as you can see, it's added this icosphere, this UV sphere. And sometimes I'm going to make it even smaller. There it is. Thank you, Yusuf. Yeah, I think it's looking cool, you know? I think it's looking cool. So what I can do is now go into this. I can go to this one, yeah, and I can change the seed. No, the seed, the number. So there's more of them. So I can do 5,000 maybe. I could maybe do 20,000. Then I could change the. There's a bunch of things I can change and stuff. Some of this stuff I've never even pressed before, so. Change the way they're ordered. Put them on the vertices, put them on the volume. We'll leave on faces for now. Scale randomness. Put that up a bit. Maybe scale down to even more. Object rotation doesn't matter so much. So on the object now we'll get lights going on. So it kind of slightly gives off the representation of life. What I'm thinking is I might make the lights white and also smaller because it looks too big. It messes with the scale if you think about it. If this is looking at a planet from outside space, the lights are going to be absolutely tiny. If they're city lights and stuff, they're going to be really small. So we're going to make even smaller. If I can figure it out. As mentioned, it's only possible. Only if I can figure it out. I would like to find a way. I don't know if I know this off the bat though. To have it like a lot of the UV spheres. A lot of the lights like clunked in one area, not like evenly spread. Even distribution turn off, maybe? That sounds like it would work. Also, I've got to turn the scale up right now, that's why it's a lot bigger, but I want to be able to see what I'm doing quick. Turn it back up so I can actually see what's going on. Alright, so maybe turn the seed down to 10,000. Even distribution is off. Cause out the particles per face, is that gonna help? Not really. We've got kind of got this weird grid format going on now. Maybe that would be quite cool though. 123 per. I know that's definitely doing something, isn't it? It's definitely clunking them up more into like. If I do 2,500 per face. It's definitely more clunked up, isn't it? Because it wouldn't be even distributed. Like it'd be random and like very clunked. I'm gonna turn down the amount and the size. I'm just trying to get a good idea of. What segments there? Oh, 156. That definitely gives off more the vibe I'm looking for, at least. Not exactly, but trying to do it all in, like not all, but a lot of it in Blender too. I don't want to spend too much time outside Blender. Change the. Alright, change the size down again now. Back down to smaller. Now let's try. So if I do this, it gives it like a, as you can see, more of a Mars vibe. I could give it more a blue cold vibe or a purple vibe. Kind of looking for the white, right? And then what I might want to do is if I take this half, go on materials, assign, new material, light 2, copy light 1 by selecting Control C a few times, delete it, Control V, and then change. Oh, I've accidentally not highlighted it all. There you go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to do it a lot of times, I don't know why. And then change this to a orange. So now you can see we've got some variancy with the light. So like one part is going to be a different color. Now I could even make this like black to make the bottom half really dark, or I could go with the color idea, so I can make it more pink. But I'm thinking just a very light orange on the bottom half, I think that helps quite nicely, you know. Let's change the darkness of our background. We go a bit further down, and I'd love to make some atmospheric fog. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. So it's not so much a tutorial. It's more of a follow along walkthrough, and I'm also making something completely random off the top of my head. So this is a challenge I'm doing. That's what the time is for. I've got 1 hour, starting from any Blender shape from the beginning, and today we started with sphere. I just need to make something, anything I can think of off the top of my head. I can't pre-plan or anything, just needs to be complete creativity of what I decide to make. And actually we've made a pretty cool looking planet, which I never have done a planet before. I just kind of guessed, and it's actually worked out pretty well in terms of the textures and things, to the point where now I'll probably release a YouTube guide, shorts guide on just how to make a little planet, because it was really relatively quite easy. What I'm thinking with our object though, I might just increase the distance, so that just the tiniest bit. So that's just going to increase like the amount going on. Yeah, I like that a little bit more. And then also, so we kind of got this like vibe here, or maybe this side of the planet is more it's more of like a desert style, you know. It's more warm, you can tell, because this side is more orange, this side is more white. Maybe this top bit's completely inhabited. We've got this sort of like curl thing going on. I like that. And these around the outside I basically just made them up randomly. They're basically just supposed to be like satellites or some ships coming in or something. What's it gonna do? Oh yeah, the emission's not coming out the way I wanted it to. So go on this, let's just increase the scale a little bit again, so it comes out a little bit more. And maybe if I can find out how to do this quickly, would I prefer to leave this, or I could make a new material on it. New material, I can make it glass, I can make it completely reflective and transparent, transmission up. Select the whole thing, which is here, and the whole thing assign. So that's going to apply. So they would, okay, so basically there's going to be some atmosphere here. There needs to be some atmosphere. So let's make a new one called fog smoke, and let's go here, and we're going to very simply, instead of saying we're going to go force field. No, where is it again? It's been a while since I've done an object. We'll find this for everyone. Add No, we're gonna make. Sorry, we're gonna make it a cube. We're gonna scale it up. Object. Quick effects. Quick smoke. I believe. Yeah, I want to add some smoke. I'm trying to figure out how. I've not done smoke in a long time. Let's try to figure out, shall we? So we got an object here. Fluid type domain. Then I add another cube. Inside this. Scale it up. Scale that down. Smoke on a inflow. Smoke color. Then I think if we go back on the domain, change this to all, bake all, we might get some smoke. I'm not 100% sure. Who knows what is gonna happen? No, so we got nothing. Oh no, we are getting smoke. We're getting some smoke. Okay, nice. So what we want to do is free all. Resolution to 64. Go back to this cube. Ah, good point. That's a very good point. What I'll actually do, why don't we, is this better or worse? So if I move this, in terms of Blender, right, not much gets used here, right? I take this, put it there, then I take everything, transform, flip horizontal, where's it gone? There it is. Then I change the Blender hex, transform, flip horizontal. Oh, whoops. Yeah, there you go. Is that better? I was on now just confusing because now I've got. You think? Yeah, I think that's pretty good. For this tutorial at least. To be honest, I should probably leave it there anyway. Because, I mean, Blender, there's a lot goes on in that panel down there. There you go. I think that's a good idea. Okay, back onto what we're doing. So timer. New. Get a timer back up. New. There we go. Need a timer back. That'll do for the timer. Okay, we have smoke now. So if I press space, go. Oh no, I freed all the thingy, didn't I? So let's make outflow maybe. go back to our domain, go down to the bottom, press bake all. With physics and domains, this is the way you want to make it sharp. If it's not showing up in your viewport, it's probably because of this. So you need to just go down, change the type to all rather than replay, which is the default, and then bake all, and then wait for it to bake. And then, so it's baking the animation right now. If I go on it now, if I go on, it's a solid. Which one do we actually see the smoke? Well, I changed it to outflow, and that doesn't seem to have worked very well at all. So that's free all. We can change it to end at 60 if we want, which is bake all. So it's quicker. Okay, so initial temperature, flow source, mesh. Can change the live modeling a product mock-up, lighting and composition. Well, that shouldn't be a problem, Ambo, because a lot of my work comes from product modeling, so don't worry about that. We'll probably have something very similar coming up soon. I don't know if you've looked at some of my recent stuff has been in that area too. If there's any stuff out there that on my page that might help you, but yeah, we'll definitely have something like that soon coming up. I'd like to increase the speed. It's pretty. It's a bit all over the place, to be honest. Using the mechanics is quite I find the fluid mechanics quite difficult to use. The tools are a bit. I think they could be better optimized at least. So now we've got like some faster smoke going up on the right. But obviously, so what we want is, if I go, obviously the lack of light really affects it. If I can't get this working, I'll probably have to do it in I'll probably have to do it in post production. So I need to leave myself enough time to do that. So I got 19 minutes. So it's getting a bit close. Might just have to do this in photo editing, I think. Yeah, let's do it in post. Because we don't have enough time to sort it out. We only have 1 hour and we've got 19 minutes left. So let's do it in post. So render. Let's turn the Resolution up to 1340, 2160. Let's render it. We've only got 18 minutes, everyone. Should we get some music? No copyright music up for the last 17 minutes. Let's do it.
You don't need to queue up.
Oh no, we're gonna have a
latte macchiato.
So you see, we got these like very small lights going on here. Very subtle. I remember there was a way to add atmospheric fog before. I'm trying to think about it now. How did I do that? So long ago. So long ago. What is that? There it is. Alright, let's save it. This is a better one. Save as one. Let's do some photo editing, boys and girls. Let's do it. Let's get it in there. Right, first of all, change the curves. Right, let's go with internet. Smoke transparent 4K. It's got smoke. Add alpha channel. It's not transparent, even though they told us it was. That's the kind of guys they are. Liars. What we need to do Go on R1. Alright, we need to get back on there. We need to render it without a background. With transparent background. Like this. So you just go in this render settings and film transparent. While I'm here, actually, I might. Close that again quick. I'm not looking up here, and I just really like this bit. Convert it to a new layer. Just move it. Scale this one. I've been trying to learn Blender for about 2 months. My aim is to convert surgical illustrations to 3D and model surgical materials, and a few works I've done with what I've learned. That's super cool, man. What other things you can suggest me about this? By the way, my English is almost very bad. Yeah, it's very good, man. It's nothing wrong with it, but I understand more or less what they say, and I watch the replay with subtitles. Yeah, that's what's a good idea. Yeah, watching with subtitles is always a good idea. You can also slow the video down when you're watching tutorials. If they're going too fast, especially my shorts, obviously they're really quick. They need to be a minute. So yeah, that's cool. And in terms of what you're trying to do, to convert surgical illustrations to 3D and model surgical materials. Okay, so surgical illustrations, do you mean like the process of surgical procedures? as well as model surgical materials. So by that, do you mean tools? So basically, you're just trying to illustrate and display the work inside a surgical environment. One thing I can say is I'll probably do some videos on it soon. First thing to learn is how to model, right? You can learn how to do lighting, rendering, and everything, and that's all good. But if the model is not very good, it doesn't look very nice, it's not clean, not smooth, it'll be hard to make the render look good. There's basically 3 pillars, I think, of using Blender, right? Well, actually, there's so many more than that, but there's way more than 3. But I would classify 3 into what you want to do, which would be modeling, texturing, and rendering. So you need to model what you need to illustrate. So whether it's a heart or a surgical tool or like a body, you know, you need to texture it. So you need to apply color and texture to it, and then you need to render it. So you need to have lights in the scene so you can see what's going on in the things. Now it seems like from what you need to do, it's more for is it more educational purposes and like training or anything in a work environment? In that case, it doesn't need to be as photorealistic and as amazing looking as some stuff can be. It just needs to be able to show in a good representation. If you're doing animations and things, and it doesn't matter how, you know, realistic it looks, it just needs to show the procedure very clearly to people, then Eevee is a good shout. So I'd use the Eevee render engine rather than Cycles, because Cycles is all about realism. It's all about high quality. But Eevee, you can still get really good high quality renders, but the time it cuts in rendering, especially animations, it just drops it so much. Like a render in Cycles can take me a couple of days. A render in Eevee can take me an hour. So it really cuts down time if you're looking to do animation, that is, and like show procedures and how they work and things. So learn how to model. Bear in mind as well, if don't forget that you can grab models off sites such as CG Trader is the one I use very often. I've put a couple of models of my own on there for free, and a lot of them have royalty free. So let's say you're like, okay, well, I need a brain, you know, and it takes so long to model these things. They're quite complex. I don't really know how to do it. Well, you can go on Brain, you can put on free, and you can get yourself a nice little model of a brain. Obviously that's not 100% accurate, is it? It's a but then if you want to spend a bit of money to help yourself, you can go on one that's more paid. You might get something more accurate like this, you know. You can use these inside your illustrations. You don't have to model everything, because modeling takes a long time. It's probably the most time consuming part, so you don't have to model everything. Remember that one. Okay, let's swap this with our new one. I'd also recommend if you just do a bit every day. I mean, don't try to do loads in one chunk. Your brain might not remember everything in that short space of time. It depends how you are, I guess, with learning stuff. But doing it in small chunks is always a good idea when trying to learn new software, I find. I like to change the midtones, the colors. I think it's enhance, sharpen, amount. that's it. 3 minutes. That's what we created today. Probably change the opacity of these down a bit. Bit more. Good idea, man. You can watch it after the subtitles. You can slow it down. That's a very good idea. Slow things down. I am personally, once I've built more of a platform on YouTube, the plan is to make courses on Blender as well as other digital software. The plan is always to have free content on YouTube, so it's always to have free content on YouTube. So basically, I think you can learn Blender without paying a penny. I haven't paid a penny to learn Blender. I'm still learning every day. I obviously don't pay for Blender, it's free, and I haven't paid for a course or anything, or coaching or anything. But that is something that I want to put on offer for people. I want my YouTube to be somewhere where people can learn Blender completely for free, and they never have to pay for anything, just like me, you know, so they can watch the guides and other people's guides too. Can't cover everything in Blender, and they can learn Blender, which I think you can 100% do just by watching and self-teaching. But then I also want to provide courses for people who want to fast track the process and maybe learn absolutely everything they can through courses, and I want to get them properly certified, attach a qualification to it that you can put on CVs and things, kind of like the Google digital courses that they're doing at the moment, but they're more for like Google employees. The first one will be Blender, and I'll take part in writing the course for it. There'll be videos attached. It'll be text form as well with video examples attached. It'll be an online platform. You log in. I haven't decided on a subscription base or per course, and it'll be updated when Blender gets updated. That is the plan. That's one of the plans I have for the YouTube channel and for the business. But unfortunately, we need more of a subscriber base. But it's going really well, honestly. I made a video not long ago about being at 250 subscribers, and we're now at over 300. So that was only 3 days ago, I think. So yeah, really good, honestly. Or 4 days ago, something. So awesome. So let's save this. We've got 18 seconds, and we're pretty much done. So we can stop the timer. Come on. Let's save this file. GIMP file. If you need to photo edit, I'd highly recommend GIMP. This is what I use to photo edit. It's complete. The reason I recommend it is completely free. So if you want to, I get a photo editing software, and I use it a lot in my guides. So if you want to pick it up too for free, and you can also learn just how to photo, because I think photo editing is actually really important if you're doing renders of images. It can really enhance the image. Without it's nowhere near as much work to change a it's nowhere near as much work to change a render in their image software than it is in actually Blender. Like the way I added these smoke effects, like they're quite simple, they're not really anything major, but it's super easy to do in photo editing, versus in Blender you gotta get the physics thing out, get the physics domain out and all that stuff, and it's obviously taxing on your computer. Right, let's save this. Actually, let's image, scale image. We're gonna have to go down, unfortunately. Actually, I'll save a 4K one to use. Oh, wait, did I even scale it down? Scale image. So that's what we made, guys. this is what we did in our time. In 1 hour, we made this. Oh, it's quite cool. I like it. From a sphere. So. And we've got the not high quality version for the YouTube, which we're going to make the thumbnail for now live. Why not? Why not? Template. So we've got template up here for YouTube. We've got this nice banner as well, right? It's a staple of our YouTube thumbnails. Week 2. Get that down. It's actually pretty cool, to be honest. I'm quite happy with it. It's definitely different. Let's go with this. What are the last colors I used for? Oops. Should we check? What did I last use? Subscribe. Oh, 306 now. See, everything's going really well. What about you? It's green. No, let's go videos. Green, blue, red. So would you like a yellow? Anything? So I used to have this tab in the bottom right, but then I realized the time goes over it. So I've moved the tab to the right. I just like having like one thing that separates my videos from everyone else's. So that little tab is what I've chosen to separate my thumbnails to other people's thumbnails. Let's go with yellow then. Yeah, that looks nice. 1 hour planet. Got whites. Can't really read it. Nope. $50. Scale the image. Rotate it. What color should we make so we can read it? Black. Chemicals collide. Yeah, let's make it 65. It's too big. No. Let's just change it then to 1 hour. No. Change it to 1 hour 2, I think maybe. It's really hard to get this to fit. There we go. Finally. Now question, right, should we have guide, delete that, image, guide, new guide by percent, vertical. Should we have like this here? Make a new layer with this, make it black. None, underneath. Should make it a bit smaller maybe. I like this thumbnail, so let's do this for now. YouTube. Week 2, 1 hour. Spell it wrong. Save it as that 2, week 2, nah. Save it as week 2 actually. Okay, so that's going to be it for the stream. I know it's been a short one, but yeah, basically this is a YouTube series we're doing where we're basically giving ourselves 1 hour to create a object in Blender, some sort of render. It can be anything as long as it follows the starter object that we used today. It was the starting shape was a sphere. So today we made a planet thing with some smoke and some satellite things, wherever they are, stars, wherever you want to say they are. So that's what we made today in 1 hour, and it's gone up on YouTube. The full broadcast will be up live now, so you can watch it back. And I might make a YouTube short now about how to make this planet, because it didn't take long at all, and actually it was quite cool. So, and it looks pretty realistic. So I might make a YouTube short on it, maybe tomorrow, I think. So look out for that on a short on how to make this. Hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the day. Please like the stream right now if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a wonderful day.